Hello everyone and welcome back. Different type of video, at least for this week. I'm going to show you something. Check this out. How cool is that? My wife and I are in Montana for the week. We just wanted a different place to work from because our office is set up to work virtually and it has been since COVID. But I'm still going to be sending you guys plenty of content because don't forget our mission, which is to save families whose loved ones are suffering from substance use, mental health disorders, and failed attempts at recovery. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what a doctor says alcohol addiction is and what it's not. And he makes it very clear. Alcohol addiction is a medical condition. And as I've sort of waxed poetic about in the past, it's a disease and it should be treated as such. I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. In any event, it says here WMDT, which is where this article was posted, spoke with Executive Director of the Institute of Addiction Medicine, Dr. Joseph, and I can't pronounce his last name, so I won't, who says there are several misunderstandings about alcohol use disorder. He says it's not willpower alone, it's a medical condition, one that can be diagnosed through routine screenings. So, he says there's still so much shame around addiction. Right now, the people feel shame that they should be able to control their drinking. And this is one of the conversations we have with a lot of families. Sometimes parents will call us and say, I don't understand. Why do they do that? Why don't they just choose not to do it? Okay, and one of the things we talk about is the fact it's a disease. It's not necessarily a conscious choice. Now, maybe somebody started to drink, maybe in high school. Maybe they started to use marijuana in high school, and then things really took a hold of them, right? So the idea that somebody can actually choose not to do this, I would argue, really is sort of confirmed by this article, which is that it's a disease, right? It's like having cancer, and I think I've sort of talked about the fact I went through my own cancer scare just a couple of months ago. I had two different doctors telling me I had prostate cancer, and this is the second time in 5 years I've had a doctor tell me I had cancer. Okay, and I already started to think about what are my treatment options if I really do have cancer, and this cancer killed my grandfather a couple of years ago, so I took it seriously. What are my treatment options? Not, well, it's a conscious decision, so I'm just going to decide not to have prostate cancer, right? But that's how people look at behavioral health issues, drug issues, right? Alcohol issues, mental health issues, that it's a conscious decision. And I think the stigma's gotten a lot better. We sort of certainly appreciate the fact people aren't always, they're not consciously deciding this. But I think when you can understand and appreciate that it's a disease and it should be treated as such, right? When I say treated as such, I mean addressed as such, right? We have a disease here, let's get somebody into treatment, then things can change. And part of the disease is the whole idea that not only can somebody not, say, well, I'm not going to use anymore, they can't make the decision to go into treatment that's clinically appropriate and stay there for long enough. So who's going to make that decision for them? Well, typically we want the family to do that, because if the family doesn't do that, right, there's some options. The state steps in through the criminal justice system, because people that have substance use disorders get arrested. They do silly things. They drink and drive, right? Or do other kinds of crazy stuff, right? Or the state steps in through the mental health system. They get Baker Acted. And I promise you, the state does a lousy job of taking care of people. You don't want that. Or something tragic happens and people end up dead. And I don't mean to be blunt, but if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm never going to sugarcoat this for you. I'm never going to, sit here and say, oh, it'll be fine. Just file a bunch of papers. Okay, I'm here. The mission of this firm, which I started in 2016 in February out of the local library in Boca Raton, Florida, is to save your family. That's it. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I just know that I come from a place of love because I want to help you. And I built an entire law firm doing just this one thing. So anyway, I'll let you read the article for yourself. I think it's enlightening. And if you want to talk to our family, talk to our team, although I feel like family sometimes, our team about how we can help your family, please reach out to us. We may have some options for you, legal and non-legal. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on this article. And if there's something you're seeing in your family, and I haven't made a video about it, let me know. I'll make you a video. It's these videos, this information I put out there is designed so you can get the information you need and then decide, do you want to take action? And if you don't, that's okay, right? I'm here just as a resource, as an option for families who are struggling with this issue. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. If you want more of it, please subscribe to the channel. I put out, even while I'm away on this trip, I'm going to give you at least 1, 2, maybe 3 videos every single day. I want you to get the information you need. And with that said, I appreciate you. I will see you in the next my goodness me, the time change has killed me. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.